In case anyone doesn't know by now, this is our year-long AFC North Pick'em competition. At the end of the season, whoever comes in last place gets punished.
That's you. You're in last place.
In the preseason last year, Kenny had a gross of eggs thrown at him by fans in the Muni Lot before a game. In the preseason this year, Kenny had his entire head of hair and beard shaved clean off. Lots of hair donated. It was a good time. Me and Bone laughed. We watched. We pointed. It was great. Kenny, how did it feel? Shut up.
It was
the punishment
fun.
this season will be you have to go to a public pool, get in, and then publicly announce that you have peed in said pool.
Are you excited to do this?
As of right now, no. But
now that you're in last place?
have you been waiting?
Now you're questioning the legality of it?
Yeah, I'm definitely questioning the legality of this. I'm not going to lose, though. You lose. That's what you do. So let's go ahead and get into things. But first, I want to remind everybody that Bone is the reigning defending king of the North. Kenny, I don't care if you're not in last place anymore. You're still a clown. You've never won. You've got punished every time. Shut your mouth. Although, admittedly, I find myself in last place, so I'm sad right now. So I admitted it. I am in last place right now. And the records are as follows after week 10. Bone, 18-16. Me and Kenny both at 17-17, but Kenny is winning due to tiebreakers.
The preferred vernacular is jester.
I don't care what your preferred vernacular is. Your preferred vernacular is idiot.
Good one.
But let's get into this week's games. First of all, the Ravens take on the Steelers in Pittsburgh.
Oh, God, that's a hard game to pick.
I know.
And that's why we're going to start with you. Kenny, who you got?
I'm going Ravens. They're still the best team in the AFC North. I think it's going to be a hard game, hard-fought game, because I think the Steelers are just fighting and clawing for every win, and they're motivated, and Mike Tomlin has them doing good things. But I think the Ravens are too much to overcome in this game, even though they're in Pittsburgh.
Fair. Bone, who you got?
Man, this is a hard one. I'm really trying not to lose. It's bad radio. I'm going to go Steelers. I'm just going to go home game. Russell will continue to tussle.
Oh, God. Here we go. I'm going Ravens specifically because I don't want Russell to tussle. I actually was set to pick the Steelers because it's at home, but then you said that and it just pissed me off. So I'm going with the Ravens. This is 100%.
Man, this is going to be a big week.
This is 100% a spite pick. Yeah, F. Russell Wilson. After he was dancing after getting the guy to go off sides this week.
He's a good dancer.
He's going to be. I predict. You know what? I'm gonna go one further. Sierra, whatever. I'm gonna go one further. I think Justin Fields finishes the game for the Steelers. Yeah.
Nice.
Russell will not tussle.
You just lost the game. You just lost it for the Ravens after wishing Will ill on Russell like that.
I'm going with the reason that you love Russell Wilson is so just. Like, it's not even a real reason. Like, you just happen to get him in fantasy football for like 6 years in a row. And so your fantasy football name continued to be Russell will tussle until the one season that I took him from you, which is where my hatred was born, by the way, because I got him and he just proceeded to be absolute ass.
Stopped tussling?
Yeah, he stopped tussling. And so midway through the season, I took the name Russell will tussle, but midway through the season, I changed my name to Russell no longer tussles, I think is what it was, or Russell will not tussle, or I don't.
I was Russell will tussle, and then I became Russell still tussles.
Yeah, after you got him back.
Yeah, after I got him back. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just so stupid. Russell Wilson's not good. He's got pretty good stats right now, but he's not good. Anyways, next up for King of the North, the Bengals travel to LA to take on the Chargers. Bone, who do you have in this one?
I'm going to go Chargers. I'll take the whole team.
The whole team.
The home team.
The whole train. The Godfather is in the building, gentlemen.
Harbaugh's got all those hoes going strong. No, I'll go LA. Joey B's still really good, but Chargers defense is also really good. So
his brother got stiff armed by Baker Mayfield last week.
Team.
Sure.
Chargers are a good team.
That's fair. Should we go Kenny? Should we go me?
I'll go.
Okay.
I really wanted to pick the Chargers in this because I do believe that Harbaugh's got that team playing good football, but Joey B has just been out of his mind lately. I mean, again, Jamar Chase had 30 catches for 400 yards and 10 touchdowns last week, so I think they're going to probably pick up where they left off. They just can score a ton of points at will.
Yeah, they just happen to score less points than their opponents this season.
Yeah, so as much as I want to hate the Bengals, and they're in Kentucky, that offense can score points in a hurry, and they cannot keep losing games.
Most likely favorable, for sure favorable conditions in LA. So
yes, 100%. So I have to go Bengals there.
I hate you because I never like picking what Kenny picks because I just assume that's the wrong pick. But I'm going Bengals as well because I think they're a much better football team than their record indicates. There's problems with their defense and they give up a lot of points. But the Chargers on the other side can't really. They've struggled to score a decent amount of points this year. They have a decent defense, can cause problems, but I still that Bengals offense is pretty good. And I said it earlier in the show, Joey Bosa, you got me all fucked up. Joe Burrow is playing at an MVP level right now, and the only reason he's not in consideration is because the Bengals suck. So his defense has let him down all season long, but I think they do just enough this week to get it done. I got the Bengals in this one. And then finally, the Browns head down to New Orleans, and so do we.
So do we.
We're going with them, and they're going to take on the Saints in the Superdome.
Whatever that was.
I'm just like,
go with them. Yeah.
I'll go first here, guys, because I haven't gone first yet. I'm going to take the Browns 27-24. I think that that guy was dancing like bone dances.
It's the bone dance.
Did you guys see the dude? I meant to put this in Around the NFL. Did you see the dude do the Reagan dance?
Oh yeah, the break dancer. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was great.
It was a good one. He nailed it, start to finish. Anyways, Browns taking on the Saints. I got the Browns winning 27-24. I think Jameis Winston goes in there with a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. Lets him know that he still calls the shots. Lets guys run in for touchdowns when they're blowing teams out. All those things. And yeah, I don't know. I think that we get a little bit out of Nick Chubb, a little bit more than we have. He starts to show us more what we've become accustomed to with Nick Chubb. And I don't know, 27-24. These are two really bad football teams, guys.
Fair enough.
So it's going to end up being close, and I don't want it to be, but it will be. So, Bone, who you got?
I'm going to pick the Browns because we're going to be there. That's probably the only reason.
That's it.
I think Jameis will play well. 2 weeks ago, what was it? 2 weeks ago now, we had kind of a team win. And then we went downhill. So I'm hoping we get back to that initial, start with Jameis and team steps it up. So we'll go Browns. Let's go Browns 31, New Orleans 25.
25. I like how I don't know, Zach, if Bone even knows this. The scores that we pick are the are the second tiebreaker. So the first tiebreaker, if somebody has the same record, is your Browns record, like your how many Browns games you picked right. Your second tiebreaker is the number of times you picked a score right. And I don't know if you know that because you pick the wackiest scores all the time.
I never thought about that before.
Yeah, Kenny's the only one that has one this year.
Oh,
so he's got one. And so
one more than you.
If we both tie him and we both have the same record on Browns games as Kenny does, then Kenny wins.
Oh, gotcha.
And you guys pee in the pool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if it's a two-way tie, I think we have to both pee in the pool.
On each other.
Well, I guess the tiebreaker determines that at that point. But if it's a two-way tie through three tiebreakers, we pee on each other.
Yes.
It's going to be a make or break week for me.
We pee on each other.
So yeah, there's that. Kenny,
I'm gonna pick
this one.
Look, at the end of the day, all these guys that play and coach for the Browns are human. They all know they're auditioning for their jobs either in Cleveland or somewhere else. So there's some professional pride that comes with that, being on a team that's this bad. And what happens is you start to look at the schedule and you start to go, well, this is one of the few we have left that we can win. So I think we're going to get a best effort out of the Browns this week because I think it's one game that's left on their schedule.
With that being said, the Saints are saying the same thing.
That they have a chance to win. Yep. True, but the Browns are coming off a bye. They're fresh. They're healthy.
Yep.
They've had
perfect attendance on Monday at practice.
2 weeks to prepare for this opponent. New Orleans Saints, while they may be looking at the Browns thinking the same thing, are into their interim head coach already, who's got one game under his belt, and he clogged the toilet that day. Long story short, I'm going Browns 31-20. I think it's what I said earlier. I think like if they can get out in an early lead here and put up a couple touchdowns early,
big.
I think they will just the Saints will lay down in the second half.
You think Myles Garrett racks up a few more sacks?
Yeah, probably. I mean, that offensive line.
Is it time for him to just be selfish and just be like, "That's it. I'm just going for sacks the rest of the year."
Playing pretty well, but I just think that offensively, like we're going to be able to score more points than they can.
Fair. And so there you have it. We'll see where things are after this week. Me and Kenny are not going to change. We will both. Relative to each other, we will have the same record. Bone could sink or swim for Bone
first
this
to
week.
worst.
I know, that's what I was looking at.
Pretty scary. But with that, let me remind everybody to call the Burning River Sportscast Hot Take Hotline. Never get to call and leave your hot takes on the Hot Take Hotline. Remember, these are hot takes. 330-227-8080.
330-227-8080.
330-227-8080. Call now. We want to put your takes on the air.